Welcome to our video on connecting Micetro to the Azure DNS service. In this video, we will be using the Men&Mice management console. So this is the thick client that you may not have seen yet if you're just now running through the free trial. In order to install the thick client, we simply go to the place where we downloaded the rest of our Micetro free trial and then download the Windows and run that executable. It's just a simple 30-second install shield wizard that you can just install on your local laptop. Now, in order to connect to the Azure DNS service, we do have to do a little prep work up front in Azure itself. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've created a new app registration. I've created a custom role as well, which we can see if I go to my subscription, click on access control, and then go ahead and view my roles here. And we'll search for Men&Mice. And I have my Men&Mice operator here. It's a custom role, as you can see. If we view that, we can see some of the permissions that have been added via JSON, as you can see here. Now, this should all be in our documentation, so you can copy and paste rather than pause the video and type all that out. Okay, so let's go back to our app registration then, because that's the information that we'll need in order to connect to Micetro. So I've created this app registration, MNM, multi-cloud app registration, and I get a lot of the information that I'll need right here under the essentials. So let's open our management console back up. And I am going to highlight cloud services here and click the plus sign. Now we can select Azure, of course, click next. And we'll give it a name, Azure. And then we can get all of this information from our Azure dashboards. So we'll pop back into Azure. And here we'll have some of our information. So we'll go ahead and copy the directory tenant ID, and we'll pop that into the tenant ID here. And then we'll find the client ID next on that same screen, right here. And we'll find the client secret next, which will be if we click into this client credentials and then copy the secret ID and bring back up our console and enter that in. And then finally, we'll go and find our subscription ID by finding our subscription. And it's right here in the overview tab, so we'll copy that to our clipboard. And finally paste that in and click next. Now, I did this mistake on purpose here. So we want to make sure that we use the client secret value rather than the secret ID. And it does give us that error right here. Now, the trick here is that the secret value is only available for a short amount of time. So let's go back into Azure and see what that looks like. So if I click on the one secret again, now you notice that I clicked on this secret ID here, and that is not the correct value. We actually need to get this value here. So if this has disappeared, you will need to create a new one, but we can copy this value for now. But we can create a new client secret by simply adding a client secret, and then this will be available to us. But let's go back into Micetro and see if this works now. We'll click the back button and paste our new secret value in and click next. And now we see we're getting somewhere. We can manage the virtual networks or not, and then of course manage the DNS zones, which is what we're after. So we'll click finish and click OK. And now if we expand to cloud services, we see Azure in there. So we see our Men&Mice net. If we go to DNS zones, we see Micetro.com as part of Azure. And then, of course, we can even go to our web UI now to gain visibility and manage it. If we go to web.micetro.com, log in, when I go to DNS, Micetro.com is in there. And of course, the authoritative server is Azure. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.